everyone was asking today, what's Mr. Mickens have in store? You know, because I kept it pretty simple, to say the least, on the email about the award presentation today. And a few of the officers walked in today in the building and everyone was like, whoa, what are the police doing here? No, it wasn't for trouble. They're not here to put anyone under arrest or to reprimand anyone. They're actually here for something positive. Many don't recall, but if you do, I think there's a few people here that do. We didn't make it a big deal. We didn't really broadcast the fact that our school was vandalized 2 days before school. By a show of hands, how many were aware of that? See, not too many, not too many. And I did it purposely because I didn't want it to get out there and, you know, everyone be alarmed at the fact that our school was vandalized, but it was. It was. 2 days before school, I received a phone call from Officer Helder here, who's here, raise your hand, Officer Helder. Called me on my cell and informed me that our school had been vandalized. Graffiti sprayed in the front of the school here on the doors, on the side of the building, derogatory words and pictures. I mean, it was very upsetting, very upsetting. So he sent me pictures of it. I'm like, oh my God, you know, what are we gonna do? You know, we're opening our doors for students in 2 days. You know, I don't know what to do here. I'm puzzled because I know people are still on vacation at that time, the custodians weren't in the building. And let me tell you, Officer Helder acted on it swiftly. He really did. He goes, Mr. Mickens, don't worry. I'm going to take care of it. I'm thinking, how's he going to take care of this? You know, it's graffiti. Like that takes some time to get off. That's some serious scrubbing. That's a lot of effort. You know, how is he going to get this off? And when I tell you he worked his magic, he did. So I call him back and I tell him, Officer Helder, I am on my way to the school. And his response was, Mr. Mickens, it's already taken care of. The graffiti, the vandalism that you saw up there that was on the door, that was on the side of the building, it's all off. I said, you gotta be kidding me. And when I arrived here, it was all off. It's all off the building. And I was pleasantly shocked. But I was most shocked at the fact that there was other individuals, because I knew that he was there helping and, you know, making sure that this was taken off of the building, but there was other individuals there that were assisting him as well. And I had an opportunity to meet my man here, Juan, you know. I had an opportunity to meet Officer Juan. He was there with Officer Helder, and they were there scrubbing away, just getting things off of the building, making sure that school was ready for the first day of school for our students. And then, if that wasn't enough, they called an extra backup. So the fire department came. The fire department came and they hosed the building down and they made sure that everything was in fact off the building. And then of course the police department came over to make sure everything was sound, and they looked at videotapes and tried to find the perpetrator. And you know, so there was a host of people working to ensure that this building was safe, clean, and secure, a nurturing environment for the first day of school for our students. So that's why I have them here today, and I'm glad that they were able to take time out of their schedules to be here with us so they can receive these certificates. And let me tell you, you know, this right here is on a small scale of what I really want to do for them. But it was just my way of showing my appreciation to the community. We talk about oftentimes building a stronger community for a brighter future, and this is where it all begins. You know, Officer Helder could have ignored that and said, you know what, let Mr. Mickens or the staff come in and figure that out on their own. You know, that's their problem, that's their business, let them deal with that. I have other things to do here. You know, I'm trying to make sure that, you know, crime is at a low here in the borough, so that's my focus. You know, my focus isn't to worry about this minor stuff on the building that the custodians can take off, but he didn't think that way. You know, he thought proactively, and he took the proactive approach because he's a member of this community. He's a graduate of this high school as well, I have to point that out. So he took the proactive approach and wanted to see things done the right way. and wanted to make sure that our kids and our staff were provided the opportunity to come to school on the first day of school in great spirits. So again, I commend them, and also the mayor. I know Ms. Lovett is here on her behalf. You know, we reached out to her, and she was very supportive as well, and assuring us that, you know, going forward, the school will be monitored closely, and she'll make sure that any information that she hears is reported back to us, and we'll work more collaboratively together when it comes to making sure that our schools are safe here in the borough. So again, I commend you all on a job well done. You know, I speak this from my heart. You know, we couldn't have been done without you. You know, I know our staff really appreciates that even after the fact, because I didn't really let them know what was going on. But now they do know, so I have a greater appreciation for what you all do in our community. So if we could give them a round of applause. Really appreciate it. So I have these certificates of appreciation, and when I read them, I want the individuals to come up, please, and receive them. We'll begin with Officer Helder. The certificate states, this certificate is awarded to Officer Helder in recognition of your heroic efforts in making ACHS a much cleaner, safer, and nurturing environment. Thank you, Officer Helder. And also to the Roselle Police Department as a whole, we want to recognize them as well for their efforts, because I believe it was DJ, wasn't it, Helder? Wasn't it DJ that made the call? The Home Depot, the PBA, Police Benevolent Association, wasn't he involved with that process? It was Juan as well, right? And I know the Police Benevolent Association was involved in that process as well. So I want to recognize, if you don't mind coming up. I want to say congratulations. The job well done, and we greatly appreciate what you do in our community here. So again, in recognition for your heroic efforts in making ACHS a much cleaner, safer, and nurturing environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Stevens, if you could come up here. Mr. Robert Stevens, give him a round of applause. You all know his son, don't you? For those that don't know, you probably have him as a student. Robert Stevens, anyone have Robert as a student? This is his father here. He works for our father. See where he gets it from. Great role model at home here. All right, so the same, you know, we're recognizing the Roselle Fire Department for their heroic efforts in making sure that ACHS was a much cleaner, safer, and nurturing environment. So thank you, Mr. Stevens, greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
And my man, my main man, who's a funny guy, I tell you know, he is hilarious. Good guy. Juan's a great guy. We met that day, and it just seems like I've known him forever. We were texting back and forth the other day, and just the things on text were hilarious. And I'm laughing out loud, and my kids, they thought I was nuts, but I told them I was, you know, laughing at his text messages. They were pretty funny. But anyway, Officer Juan Sierra, we want to congratulate you and commend you on your heroic efforts as well on making Abraham Clark High School a much cleaner, safer, and nurturing environment. Thank you, sir. Ms. Lovett, if you mind coming down, give Ms. Kiana Lovett a round of applause. Who's here on behalf of our Mayor, Christine Danzero. And it reads, Mayor Christine Danzero. All right. Recognition of your heroic efforts in making ACHS a much cleaner, safer, and nurturing environment. Thank you, Mayor Danzero. Thank you, Ms. Lovett, as well. So the other person that couldn't be here with us today is our Board of Education President, Ms. Candy Young, and she was also very helpful, instrumental in helping us deal with this act of vandalism on that day. So again, I commend you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't stress it enough. Without you in our community, the community wouldn't be what it is. So could we please give them a standing ovation if you can, and a round of applause. Thank you very much. that word, we often talk about, the word hero, right? And we say that word is sometimes only mentioned on television, we reference, as our children do, all the superhero figures, and these gentlemen and the women that assisted as well, acted in that manner, as heroes would. They came and swooped down, came to the rescue of myself, staff, and students here at Abraham Park High School. Again, that could have been ignored. They just looked over, but they decided that they weren't going to do that. They saved us embarrassment, because just imagine, right? Miss Lloyd is here, and I'm going to say this in front of her. That would have made for great news in someone's front page, right? It would have, to see the derogatory terms and pictures and sayings that were on the building. I mean, it was pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So it's an understatement for me to act as if it wasn't, and it was. And they really came to our rescue. So we commend them. But it goes to show that we do have people in the community that are supportive. Oftentimes, we take it for granted. I know I do. When I look at people in the community, they're too busy, and everyone has things going on in their lives. But for them to take time out of their schedules, and Officer Sierra, he just happened to be with Officer Helder that day. They were just kind of, hanging out, doing breakfast, and he's like, we have to get this off of Mr. Mickens. And they went to Home Depot and got things from Home Depot. They got Goof Off that takes paint off, and they actually got paint and painted over a few areas of the building, the Windex, and they were out here really rolling up their sleeves and putting in the work and time to ensure that we were all provided with a safe environment and clean environment on that day. So again, I can't stress it enough. So with that said, we're going to continue with our staff meeting. All right, so Ms. Lobozo, you're up.